Good morning. Okay, today we're going to try something a little bit different. I am going to put out a few things regarding basic electronic repair. It doesn't require you to be any sort of expert on any specific item, like you don't have to know how to fix a DVD player, but you can fix one component on the board. That's kind of where we're going. This particular item is a function board of some sort for a super old pinball machine back in the, I guess, mid-70s. And while I'm a computer shop, I don't repair pinball machines. However, on this particular machine, we can go with the basic of the electronic repair ideas to fix this board with what's wrong with it. Right here, you will see where this 3 AA battery holder goes, and let's give you a better view here. So it sits in here like this, and it just kind of got corroded over time, and it's actually missing 1, 2, 3 posts completely. So in order to fix this, we're going to go a bit of a different way. But this is where the learning part comes in. Let me put this aside. So here we have some batteries. Just pardon my artwork. So we have 3 AA batteries. This is where the basic principles come into play. Each of these batteries, 1.5 volts. They're just regular, AA's. 2 milliamps, give or take 2 to 3, but just for the sake of argument, we'll just say 2 milliamps in current. All right, so to fix this, we need to understand how this works between parallel and series. Okay, so if you've ever had like a device that requires you to put a battery in this way and then this way and then this way, that's different than the batteries all the same direction. Okay, so what we have is we have 2 different scenarios, parallel and series. Parallel would be when you have batteries. Let me go back. Series is where you would have batteries such as a flashlight. So when you've got series, the way these go in here, that's when they usually go forwards and backwards. But for the sake of just showing you this, so you've got plus here. That's the positive end of your series of batteries. And then this right here connects to here. And then this right here connects to here. And then you have your negative. So a battery in a flashlight does this. If you've got like a little mag light that takes 2 of these, this is where this one goes back behind it. And you essentially, in this manner, you essentially add up the voltage, and it will run at the same amperage or current. So this right here will yield 4.5 volts at 2 milliamps. Okay. Parallel is a little bit different. Parallel runs the batteries like this. And the difference in this versus this right here will keep the same voltage, but it will increase the current or the amperage. So right here in this one, you would have 1.5 volts at approximately 6 milliamps. Okay, so what's interesting to look at here is that you can, the batteries that are in a Tesla battery pack that runs a Tesla car, 0 to 60 in 2 seconds, that's these batteries, not these exact ones, but small batteries run in configurations like this. For instance, it has modules in there with, let's say, 100 batteries. They run them like this to bring the voltage up to where they want it. Let's say, 150 volts. They would have 100 of these in series, right? And then they take those and run them in parallel, those packs in parallel, to create the high amperage, high voltage batteries. You can die you can be electrocuted with as little as 50 volts. And if you think about it, in America we have 110 volt. Overseas you have 220 volts, and that's half or 25% even of what you're looking at. Okay, so we're going to put this aside and keep an eye on that for a moment. So the board we have to fix, that is this here. And so this came off, and it's just kind of corroded. It's got a lot of like bluish green corrosion. That's usually moisture. So this right here that holds 3 batteries, we're going to get rid of this completely. While we like to keep things, especially vintage things, as accurate as possible, you can't have that accuracy with bad, worn out, degraded parts that are just falling apart. So we are going to use this. This will go in place of this. It's about the same size. So what we'll do is we're going to basically put it on here, and then we're going to put these 2 wires into the board properly. But the question is, we have to figure out if this board, let's see, let me change here. We have to figure out if this board is running parallel, these batteries, or series, excuse me. So the reason I wrote this diagram out, you flip this over, and what do you see? Okay, which does this look to be? So this is going to be series. So the battery pack we're going to use obviously is running the same way. It just has, instead of the wires going back and forth, you've got the battery switching back and forth. So same thing as that. So this is going to be 3 batteries, which is going to be 4.5 volts, just like this is here. So what we need to do is figure out what we've got here. Now you've got one terminal here and one terminal here. So just like this has a terminal here and a terminal here, same thing. And then it goes from here to here, this battery from here to here, this battery from here to your terminal. Okay, so we need to figure out, I'm trying to line this up so it's the same way. Okay, so we got the same way. This is going to be your positive right here. Let me put this a little bit better. So if you compare these with what I wrote out here, this is your positive, just like this is, right? And then this one goes to the top of that battery. They're the positive, and negative to positive, so that will be your negative. So this is the positive terminal, and this is the negative terminal. So we don't really need to solder this here at all. What I'm going to do is remove any leftover pieces, clean this board up, and then these will be soldered in through the top. Negative here, positive right there. Well, right there. Okay? All right, so let me go ahead and get this board cleaned up, and then we will finish this up. I should probably mention that I'm taking these out, these 3 last pieces, but I'm only going to be concerned with cleaning and soldering into the 2 outside ones, negative, positive, because it runs in series, and these ones aren't going to be used at all. Okay, so we'll get these pulled out of here. Okay, so I've got the 3 terminals that were left and got those out with the heat. But I want to remind myself on the top which is which. So this top over here is negative, the bottom bottom is positive. So this is going to be the negative, this is going to be the positive. So we need to solder through this one and this one. Those are the 2 we need to really clean up. Put some good solder in there and get it all cleaned up. What I'm doing is putting some fresh solder in the 2 terminals that we're going to be using. If I flip it over, you can see the solder has come through the other side. One good thing to do, one smart thing to do, is just to check your continuity. You can do that with another terminal here. So what we got here is we have that terminal, which is the positive. So we will run our ohm meter at continuity. Okay, so we put one here, and if we put it on this one, it should beep, which it does. And then over here we've got a ground, which typically you can use any ground. It's a bit on the corroded side on this board here, but we have good continuity, so we're good there. Now we can flip it right back over. We'll clean it up just a little bit. Put a little alcohol on there. Can't really hurt these things. All right, good. Now we have to remember where we're at here, just to remind ourselves positive is there. So this is the positive, that's the negative. So negative's here. What we'll do is we'll basically heat this up and push it through the hole here. Maybe I can give you a better view here. Well, let me go under the microscope. Let's just try that. This is kind of overkill when it comes to, there we go. So this is the negative side, which is black, of course, so we're going to use that wire. Get our soldering iron here. All right, so I've already filled it with solder. We don't have to make it go all the way through. If we don't want to, we could just heat this up, but I want it to go through the board just for a better hold there. Same thing with the positive terminal right there. There we go. Positive. And then we'll take the red wire, which is always positive, and we will do the same thing with this one. Just put it right through that hole. Done. All right. So now that we have that done, it's now in place. So we've got the battery holder. Battery holder. We got the battery holder in place. So one thing we could check, just to double check, we've got our continuity here. So the negative side of this, which is this right here, I believe. No. Let's see, it goes here. Okay, so right. This is the negative side of it. This is the positive side of it. Looks like here. So if I put this right there, theoretically, I should get continuity. Let's see, which one is it? Sorry. Okay, so it's that one. So I should get continuity throughout the ground on this board. See? Pretty much anywhere there's a ground, I can get continuity on this. Positive terminal, which is here, good to go. So that's it for that. And one last thing we're going to do, here's our old one. 1 second. Okay, so the way I'm going to mount this, I'm just going to take some Velcro, and it's not going to hurt anything because it's not conductive. So we'll take, let's see better. There we go. Take this here. Put that on there like so. And then take this other one. Put it on there like that. It's really, doesn't really matter. You don't have to be super OCD about how this fits on there. But just move that out of the way. There you go. So now this customer now has a working 4.5 volt 6 amp replacement, 6 milliamp replacement to that, and it should work. This will go back in the pinball machine and we're good to go. All right, guys, appreciate you watching the video. I kind of stumbled through some of it, apologize about that, but you know, we'll try all sorts of new things. I will try to get more of things like this in the works, just learning the basic electronic repair. And you know, if you like it and you let me know, we'll make more of these. Anyway, have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video.